Hello everyone, Angela here with Turo Family Chiropractic and your weekly PSA or piece of salutogenic advice. So continuing to talk about hormone horrors, and one of the biggest horrors this time of year is the changing of the daylight and having less of it. So our days are getting shorter, which means darker mornings, darker evenings, and the inevitable fatigue and kind of increased tiredness and maybe sluggishness that comes with that. And when we're talking about sleep, it's very natural this time of year if you find yourself starting to be a little bit more tired in the evening, or if you're having a harder time getting up in the morning, even if it's the same time that your alarm has been going off all summer, all of a sudden it might feel a little bit more difficult to get yourself up and get going. And this is all completely natural, and really it's all part of the natural circadian rhythm that happens as a result of two hormones, cortisol and melatonin, working in harmony to have us have the ability to get up and be energized and have energy throughout the day, and then also to start to calm down and relax and get us ready for bed. So cortisol starts to spike in the morning a couple hours before you get up, so it's really at its peak as you're getting up and starts to peak throughout mid-morning. So that's why we really have that that increased energy. That's what lets us physically get out of bed. It's what brings us out of that sleep cycle and get the day started. And then throughout the day, the cortisol will decrease, and melatonin, which we think of a lot as the sleep hormone, will start to increase. And that's what's going to have you start to wind down, get ready for that rest state, get ready to go to bed. So this is the natural cycle. And these hormones they cycle with the daylight. So again, cortisol should be up during the day, and melatonin is what should be up during the evening when we should be sleeping. So if you are somebody that either has to be up at nights because of shift work, or you're taking care of somebody, things like that, or if you're somebody that just chooses to be up in the nighttime, you're really going to start to affect that circadian rhythm. So if possible, depending on your job and your life, obviously, if you're taking care of a loved one or children, sometimes, we don't have a choice over, having to be up in the middle of the night and disrupt that natural sleep pattern. But if you have the choice, it is truly always best to make sure that you are sleeping during those nighttime hours, during those dark hours, and that you are up as much as possible during the daylight. And one of the best things that you can do to really help promote this natural, healthy hormone harmony is to make sure that you're getting out in the daylight first thing in the morning. So this is particularly important if you are somebody that, works from home, which is much more common now. You can spend your entire day indoors and not necessarily get out and have that natural light. So first thing in the morning, even if it's just, opening up the blinds and getting that natural light through the window, but ideally if you can get outside and get some fresh air and some natural light first thing in the morning, that's really going to help kickstart that natural cycle and help promote that natural burst of cortisol that we want in the morning. Same thing as it comes into the evening, to limit the artificial light as much as possible. So that includes the screens, that includes, the overhead fluorescent lights, things like that, making sure that, again, you're allowing your body to respond to that natural darkening of the day and allowing the melatonin to naturally increase so that you get that sleepy, tired, I want to go to bed feeling, and then can actually fall into a deep and restorative sleep. So that is your PSA for the day. Do not, as much as you can, do not fight your natural circadian rhythm. You want to work with it. Hormones are much happier when we work with them as opposed to against them. So as tempting as it can be, and as easy as our, technology-driven world makes it to stay up all night and be in front of screens all night and have lights all night, and, we can really do whatever we want 24 hours of the day, but remember that our bodies were designed to have that period of time of sleep, to have that period where we are truly disconnected, we turn everything off and let our bodies rest and recover and heal and do all of the amazing things that need to happen during that 8 hours of sleep. which ideally should be falling during those 8 hours of darkness. So that is your PSA today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, any questions or comments, feel free to send them my way. And this looks like one of our last sunny, beautiful days for, you know, maybe the next week or so. So if you haven't, make sure you get outside today, get some sunshine, get some fresh air. Your hormones will thank you. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you the same time next week. Have a good one.